I like roses. Like the way they smell.
There's smells and smells. Now you take a stiff.
My mother used to raise them. Crazy about them.
Stiffs?
Roses.
Where'd she come from?
Where do any of them come from? I don't pry.
Didn't she tell you anything about herself?
I didn't ask. She paid a week's rent in advance. Too bad she wasn't here long enough to get her money's worth.
Well, if we dig up some of the heirs, you can give them a refund.
What's the verdict, Doc?
Dead about 10 hours. Strangulation. Possible fracture of the skull.
That all?
What more do you want? No matter how you slice her, she can't be any deader.
How right you are, Doc.
She had a rose in her hand. That ought to rate the front page. Call you later, Lieutenant.
Okay.
Picking up any print?
Plenty. The question is whose? Well, they can't all be hers.
No, there's probably a few left over from the last 100 people who occupied this room. Something burning?
My pot roast.
Maybe we better stick around, Lieutenant. It's getting close to chow time.
Burnt pot roast just ain't exactly my dish. It's funny the junk a dame will carry around.
Any lettuce?
Yeah. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 bucks. 11 cents and a bus token.
Looks like she won't need it. Her next ride will be on the city.
County. Well, what do you know?
Where's the picture?
Look familiar?
Say, that's...
Let me see.
Don't grab.
Well, I'll be... It's him, all right, isn't it? What do you think?
Just a copper, boys, not a politician. I can't afford to think until I know.
And I do solemnly swear that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of District Attorney of this county to the best of my ability.
Congratulations, Mr. District Attorney. Now it's official.
Thank you.
Best of luck.
Congratulations, best of luck.
Here you are, Mr. Thorne, and do a good job.
This ought to help.
Goodbye.
Hello, Chuck.
Hello, Martha.
Hello.
Hey, look what I got. Know where I can start using it?
This might give you an idea.
I'm not worried about Thorne. I've seen district attorneys come and go. Some honest, some I picked myself. Whether I picked them myself or not, sooner or later they all wound up in Jim Locke's pocket. Or tank, if you will, along with the rest of the fish at feeding time. And Thorne is no different.
I don't know, Jim. He's a pretty ambitious character. This is only his first step up the ladder. He made a lot of promises to the voters and threats, too. To get where he's going, I think he means to keep them. I'm not so sure you can buy him off.
Maybe not with money, but there's always a price. With men or fish. The trick is simply find out what it is. Come in. What is it, Frank?
Mr. Oliver is here. He insists on seeing you.
You tell him I was out?
Yes, sir. He says he'll wait until you return. I can't get rid of him. That is, without using force.
Duke, take care of it, will you?
Sure.
Hello, Ace. What are you doing here? Did you get in the wrong house?
I came here to see Locke. Where is he?
He's out to you. You know that. Don't slam it too hard.
I won't. I'm not leaving yet. If Locke is here, I'm going to see him.
You know, Ace, a lot of guys would call you pretty lucky. You could walk out of that door under your own power. You get on a train or a plane, go as far as you like. I'd call that a break.
I call it a brush, and I'm not buying it. Locke isn't through with me yet. He only thinks he is. And I'll tell him that myself.
You're not telling anybody in. I'm telling you. I don't ever want to see you around here again. I don't ever want to see you. Period. Disappear.
You'll see me.
Any trouble?
No.
What's his beef?
Figures he got a rough shuffle. He's just squawking.
Think he'll turn canary?
I got a new boy I'll put on him. This kid doesn't like music. I don't think Ace will sing.
Good.
Hello, Frank. Locke? Thought you'd like to see this before it hits the front page.
Where'd you get this?
Off a dame by the name of Peggy Ford. Found her dead in her room on Lee Street.
You know who did it?
Not yet. Scotty picked up a flock of prints. I'm waiting for the report.
Have you talked with Thorne yet?
I'm waiting for the report.
Who is it?
The Iceman.
Don!
I'm all out of ice today, lady. Will you settle for roses? Kiss me.
A little. You've been away so long. Oh, it's good to have you back.
It's great to be back. 2 years is a long time.
Don, why didn't you tell me you were coming? I thought it would be at least 6 months.
I couldn't wait.
You didn't just take yourself a walk.
Until they handed me my walking papers for being such a good boy. When the old man presented me with my discharge, he said I was the best behaved prisoner State Pen ever had. Come here, sit down by me. It's been a long time since I've had pleasant company.
Speaking of pleasant company, have you seen Peggy Ford lately?
Peggy? Haven't seen her in years, not since I met you.
Are you sure?
Hey, wait a minute, this is my picture.
They found it in her purse and a rose in her hand.
You don't think I did it? Besides, I couldn't. I just got out this morning. This thing happened yesterday. It says here's the DA's picture. It couldn't be mine.
It also says he denies it. He claims he never even heard of Peggy Ford, much less know her.
Yeah. Could be my picture. If it looks so much like this DA, they took it for him. I'd like to meet this guy, Thorne. He interests me.
Well, I don't think there's much danger of your tripping over him. Not unless it's worth going a couple of 1,000 miles out of your way.
Might be at that.
Don.
Yeah.
Have you made any plans? You said something in your letters about deciding to straighten out and live like a taxpayer. You haven't changed your mind, have you?
It's all kinds of taxpayers, honey. There's no percentage in it unless you're in the right bracket.
How about trying a bracket that will keep you out of jail?
We'll see, baby. I'm not crazy about going back to jail either. It's too confining. Anyway, you're not there.
Oh, do you greet all of your visitors that way, or do some of them get a chance to take their hats off first?
It all depends on the hat. No, I like it. Leave it on.
You do? Darling, you're wonderful. You even like my hat. You know, I believe I'll marry you after all.
Now, wait a minute. I haven't asked you yet.
Well, whenever you get around to it, the answer is yes.
It's a good thing to know. I'll keep it in mind. Are you doing anything this evening?
I'm not, but you are.
I am?
You're meeting Ace Oliver.
Hey, so... Is he ready to talk?
He's ready to shout. I had to promise I wouldn't print a thing in the paper until it was safe and that you'd protect him. I arranged a meeting tonight at my apartment.
Good. What time?
8 o'clock.
Well, that just about gives us time for dinner. Or have you other plans?
When I can get you to take me, don't be silly. And don't think you can get away with Joe's one-arm special again.
And what's wrong with Joe's one-arm special?
Not a thing. The penicillin won't cure. I wonder what's keeping him, Bob. He's late.
Give him time. He'll be here soon. Right in my lap, just to show they're not fooling.
Captain Sharkey, homicide. Just a minute. Pound of butter. A dozen eggs. Potatoes. Pork chops. Oh, why can't we have something different for a change? Well, yes, dear. All right. Corn plaster, cod liver oil,
How's Isabel's cough? Well, why did you let her? Besides, she's too young to have dates. I don't care what the teacher said. I'm her father, and I've got... Yes, dear. All right. Will that be all? And soap, please. No, dear, I won't forget. Yes, dear. Good night.
Hi, Kevin.
Hi, Rocky. You married?
Not yet.
Stay smart.
I aim to. Got anything on the Peggy Ford case?
Yeah, we got to check on the record room. Guess who they make?
Buster Cooley.
Yeah, the minute we get it, we put it on the air. Right away, we get a break. We spot him at the bus terminal.
They bring him in?
Scotty and Zeller picked him up. They ought to be here any minute. What's the matter? What's going on here?
To the ambulance.
You ought to know better than that, Cooley. Bring him in. What's the matter, Buster? Don't you like it here? I hear you were leaving town. I didn't even know you were in town. Why didn't you let us know you were coming? We'd have met you at the station. If we had, it might have kept you out of trouble. As it is, it's a tough rap, Buster. You can't beat it. Cliff, I believe Mr. Cooley would like to make a statement. We really don't need it, Buster. You made it too easy. You might just as well have mailed in a signed confession and saved yourself the trouble of dictating one now.
What are you guys trying to hang on me? I'm clean as a laundry. I just blew into town. I'm gonna blow right out again. I didn't pull nothing.
Except Peggy Ford's neck.
Peggy Ford?
What's the matter? Isn't the name familiar?
I never heard of her. Who is she?
Just a little number you choked the other night, remember?
Who are you kidding? I wasn't even in town.
That's a pretty long reach you have, then. You plastered your prints over everything but the ceiling. It's the greatest collection of fingerprints ever picked up at a crime. What were you trying to do, help us out? You don't have to say a thing. We got everything we want. If there's anything on your mind, we've got nothing else to do. We don't mind listening.
I don't know. I think...
Come on, let's have it.
I was drinking. We were both drinking. I picked her up at Louie's place. I'd never seen her before. After Louie closed, we bought us a bottle and went up to her place.
Go on, Buster. It's just beginning to get interesting.
Some more drinks. I just don't remember.
Let me refresh your memory. Then you choked her.
I did not.
How do you know what you did if you don't remember?
Well, maybe I did, but if I did, I don't remember.
We'll let you think it over. May all come back to you. See that he gets a nice private room, boys.
Cheating again. Don't you know honesty's the best policy?
Am I going someplace?
You got company. In the parlor.
Hello, Cooley. My name's Lipton.
Yeah? So what?
So I'm your attorney.
Who says so? I didn't send for you. If I want a mouthpiece, I'll get me one. Go on, chase yourself an ambulance.
I'm afraid I'm a little out of practice. I haven't done that for years. Not since I've been handling the affairs of our mutual friend, Mr. Arno.
Duke sent you? When do I get sprung?
Well, it's not as simple as all that. You've managed to involve yourself in quite a predicament.
Cut out the double talk and give it to me straight. Do I get sprung or don't I?
If you mean, do I get you out of here tonight? The answer is no. Much as I hate to admit it, we have to face it. They can undoubtedly prove that you made the unfortunate error of taking the life of the young lady in question. But I don't believe they can prove any premeditation. Therefore, it might be wiser to plead guilty to a lesser charge.
That's out, brother. I don't cop no plea. I just got through sweating out one stretch. I don't want to go for another one.
Well, still might be better.
It's not good enough. And tell me you better get me out of here fast before I start talking in my sleep. The guards around here got big ears. And if they ain't, the DA has.
All right. I'll tell him.
No matter how you stack your jury, you'll come up with the same answer. Even his own mother would call him guilty. There's no way out.
You've done it before.
Well, not with Mr. Thorne in the district attorney's office.
That's why you gotta get him out, one way or another. Cooley's a three-time loser. He has to go up on one rap, he'll do as he says and sing on another to make himself a better deal with Thorne. And when he starts singing about Oliver...
The words will all be Duke. Duke hired me. Duke is the only one he knows. And when they pick up Duke and he starts to sing, the words will all be Locke.
Why do you say that?
That's what you're thinking, isn't it? I'd do the same thing in your place to save my neck. The situation is obvious. To protect myself, I have to protect you. And to protect you, I have to protect this Cooley. The question is, how? Come.
Mr. Thorne is here, sir, and wishes to see you.
Thorne?
How do you like that? Did you know he was coming?
Had no idea. You?
I wonder what goes. Anyway, I don't think I want to meet him. Right now.
We'll wait in the other room.
Have him come in.
Pretty. What kind of fish are they?
Siamese fighting fish.
Fighting fish? They don't look very ferocious.
Not for the moment, perhaps, but,
Doesn't like himself, does he?
he thinks it's another fish. Put two of them together and they'll destroy one another.
Friendly little creature.
Just like people, Mr. Thorne. However, I don't suppose you came here just to admire my fish. It's an unexpected pleasure. May I inquire the reason? Oh, pardon me. Won't you sit down?
Thank you.
And now, Mr. Thorne.
Well, I've been thinking, Mr. Locke. It occurred to me that we're both in a position to be useful to each other.
Useful? How?
Haven't you any idea?
Well, I must admit that I have one or two. But if I remember correctly, from some of the things you said when you were running for office, you didn't have much use for me.
As you say, that was during my campaign for office, but now that I'm in office, I'm beginning to see things in quite a different light. To be perfectly frank with you, Mr. Locke, I'm an ambitious man. You can help me. And two political offices, you know, while rich in prestige, is rather disappointing as to more material rewards.
Oh, not necessarily. It all depends. You're a brilliant lawyer, Mr. Thorne, and you have all the makings of a successful statesman. I believe I can help you to attain some of your ambitions. On the other side of the picture, I can, as you suggested, make use of your talents and position. I wonder, therefore, if you'd be interested in an arrangement whereby, for an annual retainer, to be held strictly confidential, of course, you would supply me with any legal or other assistance I might need from time to time.
It's an excellent proposal. I'd be very interested.
How would you feel about a figure of, say, $10,000?
Not very happy.
What would make you happy?
25 to start.
You value your services rather highly.
As you say, I'm a brilliant lawyer, Mr. Locke. They come rather high.
And not a bad businessman either.
Which makes me worth all the more.
Very well.
I know we'll be very happy.
I know we will, Mr. Carney.
Carney.
I understand you gave an excellent performance. A friend of mine was in the audience.
I thought I gave a pretty good performance just now. Slip.
You didn't. You were most convincing. How would you like to continue in the part permanently?
That's why I came here. I figured I'd need some help to make some arrangements.
You'll have all the help you want. I'm glad you came. It saved me the trouble of sending for you.
Tired?
A little.
Have fun?
Mm-hmm.
Love me?
Sort of.
Sure.
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you a news flash. The sensational Rose murder has been solved, with the arrest this evening of George Buster Cooley, well-known criminal character, as he was about to leave town. Police Captain Sharkey of the Homicide Squad asserts he is confident of obtaining a confession soon. We'll bring you further details in our newscast at 12, and until then, we return you to our regularly scheduled program.
Well, that's a relief.
Really? I didn't know you were worried.
Oh, I was. About you.
You mean I was under suspicion?
Well, after all, darling, when your picture is found in the purse of a woman who's murdered.
Can I help it if I'm so popular, women carrying my picture around? Even women I've never met?
When it goes that far, the answer is yes.
All right, dear, I'll see to it my picture's never found under those circumstances again. Better? No, you're not seeing double. I'm real, all right. You can pinch me if you don't believe it. Not too hard. I'm sensitive. Who are you? Don Carney. If you never heard of me, it won't hurt my feelings. I never heard of you either until a short while ago. Funny, isn't it? Very. Funniest thing I ever heard. Would you mind telling me how I got here? Hope we didn't hurt you too much. We didn't have time to try and persuade you. How are you feeling?
Rotten. What's this all about, or is it a big secret?
Not at all. You've been working too hard. You need a vacation. While you're taking it, I'll take your place. Fortunately, nature's arranged it so no one will be able to tell the difference.
This gets funnier and funnier. What am I supposed to do, laugh?
If you feel like it, go right ahead. That's why you're here, so I can watch you in action and learn to do likewise. How you laugh, walk, talk, eat, anything that'll help me give a better performance. You're crazy. Am I? You don't think you can get away with it. You think you can step into my shoes tomorrow and... Not tomorrow. Give me a chance. I'm a fast study, but not that fast. Give me a week.
And what happens to me?
We'll go into that later.
When?
In about a week. Knuckle, take care of our guest. Sleep tight, Mr. Thorne. Pleasant dreams.
In case you need anything, just help yourself. Might as well make yourself at home. You'll probably be here for quite a while. And if you're getting any ideas, don't.
Read all about it. DA disappears. Extra! Extra! DA disappears. Read all about
As I told you before, we haven't got a thing. We're making every effort, but so far, nothing has panned out. If he had an accident, we should have picked him up by now. If it was a snatch, well, who or why? Maybe he just got tired of being a district attorney and took a walk. Maybe he's got amnesia. Who knows? It could be a lot of things.
And in the meantime, Captain?
We're trying to find him.
How hard are you trying, Captain?
Maybe you could do better.
Maybe I can, Captain.
All right, go ahead. It's a free country. Captain Sharkey, homicide. Vitamin tablets. Liver pills. Aspirin? Hey, that's a good idea. I could use some of that myself.
There's your food. Eat it before it gets cold.
Suppose I like it cold.
You kill me.
Mind if I watch you eat? Yes. Just thought I'd ask. Not that it makes any difference. Anything wrong with my manners? No? You seem pretty interested. I am. Studying your part? That's right. You've got a lot to learn. Well, I've made a pretty fair start. For example, your father ran a hardware store. His name was Tim. Your mother died when you were born. You've got an aunt, maternal in Chicago, named Stella. No other relatives. You won a medal for elocution in your junior year at high school. Made your letter for track at State University. You ran the high hurdles. You fell and broke your ankle in your senior year. Still gives you trouble. Not enough to keep you out of the Navy. You went in as a JG and came out as a full commander. Anything else you'd like to know about yourself? Yeah, which side do I sleep on? Neither. You sleep on your stomach. Yeah, and you've got a habit of rubbing your neck like that every time you're thinking or worried. You love spinach, creamed. Can't stand any kind of fish. You're a rotten dancer, but you like to dance. Fair at ping pong, never play cards. You have one drink before dinner, occasionally two. Never get tight. You have a habit of saying hello to everybody you meet on the street, whether you know them or not. And you tie a Windsor knot in your tie. You write southpaw. Making tracks something like this. Look familiar to you? You're not a forger by any chance? Among other things. I've also got a law degree. Ever practiced? Well, I did all right for a while, till one day I got hungry for more and started bending the law, and it broke. So I went ahead and took up a new profession in jail. Little did I dream it would lead back to my old career and the office of district attorney. You're not in office yet. Well, let us say I've been elected and waiting to be inducted as soon as I'm ready. I won't be if I don't get back to my homework. Let's see, born May 25th, had a dog in high school named Champ. It was a terrier or bull. Never mind, I'll check my notes.
Hello, chicken. How's that race reporter?
Oh, stuck, Pop. I need some help.
Anytime, sweetheart. Just tell Pop all about it. The missing Mr. Thorne.
Is it?
Well, isn't this the picture they found at the Rose murder? How'd you get it?
Good newspaper man never divulges his sources, Pop.
Well, if it isn't Mr. Thorne, who is it?
That's just the point.
Get it.
Neither do I yet. But I'm awfully curious to have it settled just whose picture it is. Is there any way we can find out?
I'm afraid not. This is a commercial portrait, and whoever trimmed this print cut the photographer's name right off the bottom.
Yeah. She probably did that, cutting it down, trying to make it fit into her purse. Isn't there any other way we can find out who made the picture, Pop?
I'm afraid not. Wait a minute. This is pretty fancy paper. Pre-war stuff. QZR3. You couldn't even get it. And even when you could, hardly anybody would ever use it. It's too expensive.
Could we find out who did use it, Pop?
Sure, I could tell you that myself. The regulars that use it, I could count off on my fingers. There's Harrison Q in Chicago, Martin Jones in New York, and Buddy Longwaith in Los Angeles.
Wait a minute, don't go so fast. I want to get these down.
What are you going to do? Visit them all?
Sure, why not? Haven't you heard the latest, Pop? They've got a new contraption. They call it the airplane.
I'm sorry, miss, but we don't have it filed. I'm afraid it's not ours.
Thank you.
Hi, Chief.
Oh, what's on your mind?
Cooley's getting restless.
Let him learn patience. It's an admirable virtue. When will Carney be ready?
A couple of days, he says. Worried?
Why?
Smart boy.
Yes, we made it all right a few years ago.
Do you have the name?
Carney. Donald Carney. His address at that time was 218 North Elm Street.
Carney, 218 North Elm. Thank you very much.
Oh, I beg your pardon. I couldn't help hearing you buzz. Miss Carney isn't at home. She went out about an hour ago.
Oh, do you know when she'll be back?
No, I couldn't say. Was she expecting you?
Well, no.
I'd be glad to give her a message. Are you a friend of hers?
Not exactly. I'll be back later.
Oh, you might miss her again. Are you sure you don't want to leave a message?
I'm positive, thank you.
Not even your name?
Well, you see, I'm looking for Mr. Carney.
Mr. Carney?
Yes.
Her husband?
Uh-huh.
I didn't know she had a husband. I mean, I've never seen him, and I'm sure if she had a husband, I would have seen him.
Yes, I'm sure you would.
You don't want to leave your name?
Well, no, you see, the reason I don't is because the FBI is after me, and if the Indians knew that I was blowing up the ship, they'd never let me...
Oh, Miss Carney, you have a visitor. I was just telling her you were out.
Mrs. Carney?
Yes?
I'm Martha McCormick. Could I speak to you for a few minutes?
What about?
Well, it's rather private.
All right. Come in. Well, now that you're in,
it's a good resemblance.
I'm glad you like it. Is that all you wanted to see me about?
No. I'm looking for your husband.
May I ask why?
I have something that belongs to him. Picture.
Where'd you get this?
From a friend of his, Peggy Ford.
Who are you? Police?
Newspaper.
What do you want?
I just want to see your husband, ask him a few questions.
Hello, Miss Carney. Mind if I come in?
Who are you?
You don't remember me? The name is Weston.
I can't place the face, but the feet are familiar. Looking for something?
Yes, your husband.
Seems to be catching. What do you want him for?
Violation of parole. Where is he, Mrs. Carney?
Didn't he tell you? He got a job on a ranch. Sawyer's B-Bar-S.
That's what he told me. But I just talked to Sawyer on the phone. He never heard of Don Carney.
But if he didn't go there, where did he go?
That's what I'm here to find out. Have you talked to him at all since he left?
No,
Do you have any idea where he might be?
none at all.
Well, I have to catch a train.
Just a second, miss.
I'm express.
Are you looking for him, too?
I certainly am.
Find him, let me know with him.
Oh, I will. Bye.
Taking it easy, eh? Now you're playing it smart. You know, Thorne, it's really funny how looking so exactly alike. What's so funny about it? Nothing for you. Well, I've been here a week. You up on your homework yet? Enough. What happens now? What do you think? How long do you think you can get away with it? Why don't you use your head? I am. As long as I'm stuck with one that looks like the DA's, I may as well make use of it. How does it feel to look like a crook? Strange feeling, isn't it? You know, I can't get over it. Every time I look at you, it's like looking into a mirror. Almost as if you were me and I were you. Or as if we were brothers, twins. Ever have a brother? No. Neither did I. We're probably not even distantly related. Just an accident. Nature got careless and used the same mold twice. And yet it's a funny feeling, all right. In a way, I'll hate to see you get bumped off. That's nice of you.
What are you doing here in the dark? What happened?
Thorne tried to jump me.
Wait outside.
What are you going to do about the body?
I'll take care of it after I get through with you. Yeah, here we are. Come on, get the lead out of your feet. We're wasting time. This'll do. Come on, give me a hand. A little shove on it, do it. Watch it. Here she goes. Well, that does it. You ready? Gonna mush you up a little bit, just enough to make it look good when they pick you up. Just lay still, pal. Don't go away. I'll have him here for you in a few minutes. Hey, babe. You better get an ambulance out here right away. I just seen a bad accident. Highway 3, a half a mile west of Nix. Oh, me? Just passing by. A good Samaritan, you might say.
You got a pretty bad bump, but no bones broken. If you take it easy, you'll be okay. If there's anything you want, just holler. We have some beautiful nurses.
After I get rid of the police force here, I don't want any competition.
Oh, he's just in here on business, he says. I'll see you later.
Yeah. Well, Lieutenant?
Hi, Carney. Or should I say Mr. Thorne. How does it feel to be DA?
It hurts. Your boys play rough.
Well, that couldn't be helped. But I guess Knuckle told you. We had to make it look real. It's no cinch to fool a doctor.
Or anyone else.
That's right. And that's where I come in. You may know a lot about Thorne. Not enough. Anytime you get stuck and need some help, I'll be around to feed you the right answers and help you cover up. Right now, there's a batch of reporters waiting to see you, including a chick by the name of McCormick that you're supposed to have a yen for.
Yeah, I know, little Martha. I've been doing my homework. What's she like?
Not bad. You can give her a big pitch. She's been plenty worried about you. She's probably so glad you're still breathing she won't notice anything. Or if she does, I think it's because you're in pretty bad shape.
Not that bad. I think I can fool her.
Oh, if you can fool her, you can fool anybody.
Except you.
That's right. And don't you forget it. From now on in, brother, you're taking orders from me.
What about Locke?
Never going to see him again. Nor anyone else, except me. Get it?
Got it.
Okay, I'll let him in now. In case you get stymied and need some help, remember, you've just been in a bad accident. And you don't remember too good.
Anytime it's convenient, my mind is a blank.
That's the idea. You can come in now, but take it easy. Mr. Thorne is still in a pretty weak condition.
Bob.
Hello, Martha. Where have you been? I was beginning to wonder when I'd get company. Now it looks as though I've hit the jackpot.
It's not too much for you. We'd like to ask you a few questions. Do you feel up to giving us a story?
I'm afraid there's not much to tell. I understand from Lieutenant Wall you've been told about the kidnapping. They jumped me just as I got into my car.
How many of them were there?
I didn't see anyone. They sapped me from behind.
Where did they take you?
To a house. Where it is or what it looks like from the outside, I have no idea. I didn't regain consciousness till I found myself in the room where I spent the entire time.
Were there windows in the room?
No, I couldn't see outside.
How about the kidnappers? Didn't you ever see them?
Yes, but they were masked. I don't believe I could identify them.
What was their purpose in kidnapping you? If they're going to kill you, why hold you a week?
I don't know. They must have had the reasons. Whatever they were, they never explained them to me. They just kept me locked in that room all week. Then they blindfolded me and put me in a car. We drove along for a while, and the car went into a skid on a turn. Felt it go off the road. We were falling. Next thing I knew, I woke up in this bed.
It's as though Mr. Thorne can't give you much help. Think you've got anything to go on?
We're working on it.
You didn't see or hear anything that would give us a clue.
Maybe I did, but I can't remember. Since the accident, things are sort of fuzzy. I find myself forgetting things I should know. Maybe they'll come back to me later.
Well, if they
I'm
should...
afraid that'll be all. Mr. Thorne is getting tired. So long, Mr. Thorne.
Take care of yourself.
That means everybody.
Bob, can I see you alone?
Well,
Some other time, Miss McCormick. Doctor's orders.
All right, Doctor.
Nice going, Mr. Thorne.
Martha? What's this for?
What did you do with Bob Thorne?
Who do you think I am?
Don Carney?
Sure.
Well, if you're not, then what about that story at the hospital? What about your behavior?
That was for Wall's benefit, Mr. Locke's. It's a little game I'm playing till I get the evidence I need.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Well, I was kidnapped and brought here by John Jones, alias Joe Turner, otherwise known as the Knuckle. One of Locke's boys who killed Carney by mistake, taking him for me. I could pick him up for that murder, but not without tipping the fact that I'm not Carney to Mr. Locke and Mr. Wall. Both of whom are much more important to me at the moment, especially Mr. Locke. Will you be a good girl and put away that gun before you kill your husband-to-be?
Why should I believe you? That's a good story you're telling if it's the truth. It's a better one if you're lying.
Oh, wait a minute. Remember our first date? I brought you orchids and you were allergic.
If you're Don Carney, you could have found that out.
And on our second date, we went dancing. You were teaching me to jitterbug and your heel came off.
You could have found that out, too.
And on our third date...
Oh, Bob.
Sure it's not Don?
Positive.
Will you give me that gun? Come on, let's go.
And we just want you to know how happy we are to have you back with us again.
I'm happy to be back again. You're a swell bunch of girls, and I want to thank you very much. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got a lot of work to catch up on. Will you take care of these for me?
Yes, Mr. Thorne. Good morning, Lieutenant.
Hello?
How am I doing?
You're in. Matter of fact, I don't think you're going to need much help from me. Just to play it safe.
Hereby request the transfer of Lieutenant Wall to the office of the district attorneys for special duty.
Put your John Henry on that, and I'll move in where I'll be handy all the time, without anybody getting nosy.
Smart idea. Whose was it, Locke's?
I get a few ideas myself now and then.
Like knocking off Ace Oliver?
What do you know about that?
Only what I read in the files.
Anything in there?
Not much, but it's easy to figure. Locke dealt Oliver out, so he decided to turn canary. Before he could sing a note, somebody shut him up for good. Friend of yours, maybe.
You start earning your dough. I got a little job for you.
Call it.
There's a lug in the clink by the name of Cooley.
The Rose murder? What about him?
Needs a change of climate. See that he gets it.
What's the heat? Can't be for just bumping off a dame. Oliver?
Look, Connie, that's a bad habit you're getting into. And don't be making noises like a DA when I'm around, or you won't be playing DA much longer. Just do as you're told. Don't ask why or whose idea it is. Understand?
6 languages, Mr. Cooley takes a walk. Mind if I ask one question?
Go ahead.
How? After all, it's no secret there's enough against Cooley to convict him if the jury was all deaf, dumb, and blind. Might be a little difficult to explain my suddenly dropping all charges against him. What'll I say? He was really a good boy at heart and didn't mean any harm?
That's your problem. Got a better way?
Maybe. How are his teeth?
His teeth?
Has he been having any trouble with them? If he has, perhaps he should see a dentist. Of course, there's no dentist on the premises of our local Bastille. But there's no reason why a visit to one couldn't be arranged.
Yeah, then anything could happen. Cooley could escape or...
Get a bullet in his back for attempted escape.
Figure all the angles, don't you?
I have to.
Okay, I'll get a request from Cooley to be taken to the dentist. You'll have to sign the order. By the way, you do all right with that signature. I'd even pass it on a check.
So would the bank. They did this morning.
Uh-oh. That'll do it. Forgery's a mean rap. Well, see you in jail, brother.
Well, any luck?
They want Cooley out of the way for some reason. Can't be just the Peggy Ford deal.
You think it's Oliver?
Tried to get it out of Wall, but he wouldn't give.
Oh, he's already given plenty. Isn't that enough?
It's all hearsay. It's not direct evidence. Wouldn't stand up in court. Anyway, Locke's my pigeon. The rest are just stooges.
It might work at that.
What?
I've got a pigeon of my own.
Oh.
Why don't you shut up?
Oh, I'm dying. This tooth is killing me.
That's rough, Ted.
Oh.
All right, you can give it a rest. You're going to the dentist. Here are your duds. Let's see how fast you can get into them.
Hey, wait a minute. You taking me? Yeah. We're going for a ride. Just you and me. What do you want to do? Hold hands?
He's gonna cuff me?
What for? Couldn't lose you if I tried. Come on. What are you waiting for?
All right, it don't hurt no more.
What are you trying to pull? Said you wanted to see a dentist. What are you afraid of? Tough killer like you? Afraid of a dentist?
I ain't afraid of no dentist.
Then what are you afraid of? Come on. What are you worried about?
Nothing.
As soon as we get out where there's less traffic, you can make your break.
Pull over. Never mind the iron, just lift him. Cuff him. Get him out of there. He's coming with us.
What is this? Come on.
Get the keys.
Suppose something happened.
Like what?
It's playing with fire.
Not playing with fire, fighting it with fire.
Well, either way, somebody's liable to get burned.
We'll soon find out.
Ray,
Hello, sis. Well, here's the package you asked us to pick up. Perfect shape, too. Not even a scratch.
Have much trouble?
Not a bit. This character here's been real nice and cooperative. What about Wall? Well, he was another well-behaved boy. He was resting quietly when we left.
Hey, ain't you the DA?
That's right. Sit down, Cooley. I want to talk to you.
Don't move.
What's the idea? I don't get it. Are these guys coppers?
For the time being.
Well, then, what about Wall?
What about Wall? Why don't you use your head, Cooley? Where do you think he was taking you?
He's taking me to the dentist to get my tooth filled.
Not by the dentist. He was going to do the filling himself. With lead. You know that, don't you? Yeah, sure you do. You know a lot more, too much. That's why Wall had his orders to plant one in your back. You're too hot in jail or out. Wherever you are, they're going to get you unless you get them first. If we hadn't grabbed you from Wall, you'd be spread out right now on a nice, cool slab in the morgue. If I send you back to your cell, they'll find another way of putting you on that slab. Why don't you get smart and give yourself a break?
I'll make my own breaks.
From the slab in the morgue?
How about letting us take over? I got an idea he'll talk to us.
Let him think it over for a while first. I'm going to leave you here with the boys. As soon as you feel like talking, they'll give me a call. Let's go, Martha.
So then one of the bicycle boys came along and got me loose. By that time, it's too late to go after them. I don't know who they are. I never saw them before. But I'd sure know them if I ever see them again.
If you see them.
The reporters are here.
Bad news travels fast. Send them in. It's your story, Bud. I'll let you tell it.
Hello, Mr. Thorne. Rocky, you're the man we want to see.
Yeah, what's the deal on this Cooley kidnapping?
where were you taking him anyway?
The dentist,
At night? How come?
he had a bad tooth. That's how. So bad that it couldn't wait until morning.
How's it feel now? Better? That makes a great lead. Cooley loses tooth, cop loses Cooley.
Where'd it happen?
4th and Maple, about 10:30.
I had a signed order from the district attorney to pick him up at the county jail and take him out to a dentist.
Isn't that a bit irregular?
Not at all. It's a customary routine since we have no dentist at the jail.
4th and Maple, 3 guys in a car forced me off the road. Pulled guns and took Cooley. I didn't have a chance.
What did these jokers look like? Did you recognize them?
No, they were pretty young. Never saw them before, at least not in this town. But then Cooley had a lot of friends out of town.
And a few in town, too.
Meaning what?
I'll let you read about it in the evening edition.
If you ever catch up with Cooley, be sure and let us know.
So long, Rocky. See you in the headlines.
Locke hears about this. Have you already told him? If you haven't, you better do it before he reads it in the papers.
You know, Connie, if there's one thing I don't care about, it's going to funerals. Even yours.
Yeah?
There's a lady here to see you.
Lady, who is she?
She won't give her name. Says it's personal.
Tell her I'm sorry, but you'll have to state her name and business and make an appointment.
Yes, sir.
What gives?
Search me. Yeah?
She says she's Mrs. Carney.
Get her in.
Ask her to come in.
Yes, sir.
What's she doing here?
I don't know.
You sent for her?
Of course not.
Darling. What's the matter, darling? Aren't you glad to see me?
Honey, this is Rocky Wall. He's in on the deal. Rocky, my wife.
Hello, Rocky. It's a pleasure to meet you.
I wish I could say the same. What are you doing here, anyhow?
After all, we are married.
He's not. He's not Carney anymore. He's Thorne, the DA. Mr. Thorne, for your information, is supposed to be a bachelor. So if you've got any ideas about moving in, just...
But I just want to be near him. Nobody has to know. I'll keep out of sight. Except maybe once in a while we can get together.
Be better if you got out of town.
Oh, darling, I've been awfully lonesome. Haven't you missed me?
Sure I have, honey, but you see how it is. It's liable to blow the whole setup, and we can't afford to take the chance. I'm afraid Rocky's right. You'll have to go back. You got any dough on you?
A few bucks? Why?
Get her a couple of G's and put her on the train.
You seem awfully anxious to get rid of me.
It's not that at all, honey, but you understand.
Why can't I stay? Just a while. Do I have to leave right now, this minute?
I'm afraid you do. It's too big a risk.
Then when will I see you?
It won't be long, honey. As soon as I can arrange it, we'll get together, I promise.
Can I rely on that?
Oh, honey, you ask the silliest questions.
Oh, darling, it was so nice seeing you. The station, James? Oh, darling, the next time I see you, we'll have to work on that kiss. You're pretty rusty. I guess you haven't had much practice lately.
How'd it go?
All right, I think.
Well, you ought to know. Personally, I don't care for that shade of lipstick. Do you?
Yeah, it tasted fine. It was all in the line of duty. Hello? Yeah, Ray. He has? Yeah, that's what I thought. Meet me at the corner of 5th and Charles in 5 minutes with Bert. Leave Stan with Cooley.
Has he talked?
Yeah, Duke Arnold's a boy, all right. We're gonna pick him up right now.
Well, what about Wall?
You stay with them, I'm going up to Duke.
But
Am I gonna have trouble with you, too? On your way, woman.
What happened to my husband?
Your husband? I don't get it.
Neither do I. Where's Don?
Don Carney? Why, you just left him.
I don't know who that is, but he's not Don Carney.
You sure?
Positive.
It has to be. If it isn't Carney, then it...
Look, Mr. Wall, I should know Don Carney after all these years. Why, I could tell him blindfolded. Where is he?
I don't know, sister. But we're gonna find out.
Hi, Carney.
Hi, Knuckle.
These guys friends of yours?
That's right.
What are you doing here, checking up on me? Do you think I could give them a permit without any help?
What do you mean?
Didn't Locke tell you?
Tell me what?
Maybe you better ask him yourself.
Not the three of us, Shorty. Can't be done. Let's go inside and call Locke. Oh, we can scratch Duke. That was pretty neat of Mr. Locke, only not neat enough. We don't need Duke anyway, now that we got you. Come on, let's go. We got one more stop to make.
So Mr. Thorne outsmarted us, huh? All these weeks he's just been playing with us. Or rather with you.
How was I to know? Had everybody else fooled, didn't he? She showed up.
You were in daily contact with him. The only contact. No, Rocky. Things may not be too bad after all. So far, he hasn't a thing on anyone except you. Your contact with him is the only evidence of conspiracy that he could prove. So if you were to be called away on a nice, long trip, let us say, there isn't a thing that Mr. Thorne could do that would cause us the least concern. I'm afraid Mrs. Carney would have to join you.
Suppose I don't want to.
Oh, that wouldn't be good business. I intend to make it very profitable for both of you. What do you say, Rocky? Can you leave immediately?
Where's the dough? If you don't mind, I'm taking over from here. Stay where you are.
What do you mean?
It was a good idea you had, but I like mine better. You don't think I was sucker enough to go for that gag, do you? The spot I'm in, there's only one out. For you. The same out that you handed Duke and Oliver. But there's one thing you've forgotten. There's another out for me. And this is it. You're going, baby. Not me.
And what do you suppose will happen to you?
Oh, not a thing. I'm a copper, remember? I'm just doing my duty. I'll probably get a promotion. Plus a nice fat bonus that I'll collect from you.
You don't really think that you can get away with this, do you?
Why not? My story's as good as Thorne's. Better. I've been working on this case all along. Finally got the goods on you, came up here to make the pinch, you resisted arrest, and I had to do this.
Now, if you'll just sign this.
Will that be all?
We'll want your testimony at the trial, of course.
Certainly.
We appreciate your coming here to cooperate with us.
That's a mighty fast-talking girl you've got here. You can thank her.
I will. I've made arrangements for you to stay at a hotel where you'll be well taken care of. Sergeant James will take you there.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night. Oh, by the way, there's one thing I wanted to ask you.
Yes?
How did you ever convince them Bob wasn't your husband?
Very simple. By the way he kissed me. It couldn't have been done. Your man needs a little practice.
How did you kiss her?
Very simple. Like this.
Oh, pardon me. I didn't know you were still working.